Viego Casante into...
it is a riddle that is yet to really be unfurled. Okay, so anyway, the Karma will be locked in here for Call Me. He is going to be playing that one against the Orianna. Of course, they do have the late game insurance of Jiwoo and Peter here towards the bottom side of the map. Yeah. And when Breon do this and draft things that need to do stuff in the early game, we tend to get a little bit worried. Nongshim, however, as long as they've got a team that does work together, things could work out. Let's jump onto the rift for game number 1. Okay, Breon, Hana, do his head.
Okay, Breon, fighting!
Ooh. Yeah. Vladimir Chronicler. Nongshim, Hana, do his head.
Nongshim, fighting!
Woo!
Yay, Nongshim, noodles, yay! Kalista as well as the Viego, but playing it to Karma, I think you don't really want to run any risks. We have seen the early weakness of the Rakan and Xayah lanes.
Clockwork wind up. Meanwhile, here towards the bottom side, Polo's flashing in, looking for Jiwoo, but the Blade Caller is just a little bit too good.
Call Me also absorbing his
ult. Yeah, they all just dive on top of him. He's in the bouncy castle, and there goes first blood. And it's over to Jiwoo. You mentioned things potentially being over in the bottom lane. This might help. Yeah, looking for another opportunity here. Does manage to get the Shattering Strike. There is the Shockwave, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough as Karis does have 300 health, but is not going to be able to threaten too much, as you say. So first buff going to go down, and Sylvie actually sticking around, wanting to collect as many of these as possible he can utilize.
Can suddenly find yourself in a situation where you're like down the soul point as Karis.
Yeah, Sylvie just crashing on in, managing to get the Shattering Strike there. Shockwave onto both of them, but the Magnet Storm still going to pull back Karis, and once again, they just don't have the damage of fear.
What an iconic top laner's Envy.
Call Me just threw that thing to Narnia, and now Envy could be in trouble. There's the flash forward from Jiwoo. He wants this one. There's the Q, and Call Me just steals it away. And now Nongshim just doing their very best to avoid all of this poke, and they are able to do so. The orb not really hitting the targets. And there's a Mega Cone to get the Crocodile in towards the backline. Embers not quite working out here, as there is the Shockwave onto 2. Envy locks down the first kill, as now Jiwoo up in the air and unable to pull back the feathers. It's a disaster as the double kill comes in for Envy, and Bro have come alive.
And unfortunately, Call Me goes down immediately and...
Oh, never you mind. Okay, there is the Magnet Storm, as Karis and Polo are going to get pulled back. Karis is likely to be dead here, but Polo, he's allowed to go back and report to his masters what happened. Yeah,
They don't know!
The Dominus has already been popped, as now Karis is going to get dove upon. It's a decent Shockwave defensively, but he's still just going to get lapped up by the Crocodile. Massive engage as well off to the side. And now Nongshim, they're demonstrating to Bro what they're capable of in these team fights, and they'll look for a Baron immediately afterwards. Mates is now Morgan on a flank angle, wanting to find an opportunity early. Featherstorm here from Jiwoo, as Peter, what can you actually do to try and help this one? As Sylvie, so many sticks in him, as now Envy just trying to catch up. What was Call Me doing there? Go back to Baron and do it again?
No. They're not doing it. They're securing control.
It was running out of matter a little bit here, but he should be all right.
Double flank.
Yeah, Peter. Will he be able to get in there? They do get the control ward down, as now Dundon going to get engaged on that. 3-man Q was gigantic from Call Me. And a 2-man knockback from Morgan, but the feathers, they fly back, and Bro not going to be able to do anything here. The hostile takeover does absolutely nothing.
Such as... winning this game?
Maybe that sandwich you were talking about before?
Yeah!
We don't know what agreements were made earlier.
Just engage on him!
Yeah, well, Nongshim is just going to back away. The Baron is going to get all of his health back, as Dundon, he's just out of here.
Do you have Kalista and Rakan, or Rel Rakan?
Taking a fair bit of damage. He's going to get snared up. Heartbreaker does come down, but the Q is at the ready. Now the Viego going to be far more difficult to get these resets, as Morgan going to get attacked by Dundon here, who has so much health, but it's Sylvie that's taken down first. The hostile takeover rains down, and Dundon's health bar is just melting. Look at how glorious he is when he goes golden, and then he's immediately dead afterwards. Nongshim just kind of flubbing that fight a little bit there, not able to get their ducks in a row. And now Sylvie dead, Dundon dead. Nongshim are going to find it very difficult to do battle with Bro, although the health bars are low. This Baron could be a difficulty.
Pommy gets TP back in.
Karis.
It's never Brover, Atlas!
It ain't Brover. We are both breathing. We are all breathing as Call Me comes on in. Polu getting taken down so low. Karis in trouble. He gets bailed out, and it is going to work here as Jiwoo picks up a double. Okay, Gideon and Envy against the world, and Jiwoo has a full health bar. That is going to be ended, though, because Envy takes it down. And now Call Me, he's going to have to run away. I don't know, what's another Q that we're just completely baffled by. And Envy doesn't want to do the Baron. They are able to take that Chemtech Soul. Morgan wanders into this brush, doesn't get to see.
Oh, they're looking for a TP angle.
Yeah, as Karis going to get crashed into here. This is a little bit of danger. Gets the shockwave out, but that has a pretty low cooldown. There's the quickness, there's Grand Entrance, and a Q going to land on the stationary target. Good at doing damage, but not a lot of them at protecting him, as he's going to get queued, and the shockwave is going to have to be Featherstorm. So Jiwoo now able to get some autos into Morgan, but that's Morgan. That's not the priority target, as there's a Fate's Call right on top of Sylvie, who's the one that can also take damage, and now Corby's in trouble. He breaks the arm guard as Envy going to get engaged on. Peter fights 4 with the quickness, and now Sylvie with the Magnus Storm. It is a catastrophe in the middle of this team fight, but Jiwoo is still alive, and so is Envy. So it's a 1-for-1 or a 1-for-2.
Okay, just keep pushing. Just hard start the fight. Real, just yeet Polo in there.
Yeah, make sure that you keep these minions all alive. That is what they need to do.
That's it!
As there it is, they do yeet Polo in there, but it is just going to be to try and lock down Sylvie. He's going to get shielded, though, as the hostile takeover comes in, but it doesn't get too much done. The Renekton is still in the base. I repeat, he is still in the base, and now... Oh, Jiwoo's going to have to Featherstorm as Polo. Oh, he gets hit back, and the GA is going to get procced, as now Peter is dashing around the fight. They still have 2 Nexus turrets up and available. The Renekton is back in here, but it's Envy that's starting to pop off. Gideon going to get feathers ripped through him, and there is the wrath of the dragon. Dundun trying to get health back, trying to use this Sundered Sky, but he pops like a balloon. And bro, after 47 grueling minutes, they managed to take down Nongshim. It's about coordinating together, making things happen, buying Zhonya's on Renekton, all sorts of things like this that really all culminate in what was an absolute joy to watch.
Realistically, Call Me